Alright, what's up? Welcome back to Shroud Stories. It's currently firing. And we've had a couple people hit us up on our website. So we have a full Shroud Stories website that nobody uses for some reason. Homeboy's name is Griffin Coleman, right? Yeah, Griffin Coleman, sorry. And he reached out to us about foot placement. Where the feet are going on the board, when to move them, how to move them. His stance is a little too wide, he thinks. Without seeing any footage, he's asking me to give some tips and tricks on how to adjust your foot placement for more drive and more agility, I guess. But the reason I bring this up is, first of all, that's what the video is going to be about. Second of all, I want you to comment on our Hit Us Up page on our website. It's in our bio on our YouTube channel. You'll see it right there. It's called shroudstories.wordpress.com, I think. And go on there, hit the Hit Us Up button. That goes straight into my email. You could roust me, you could tell me what I'm doing wrong, or you can drop a comment on what you think we should do another video about. Throw in the comments on the YouTube channel. There's so many ways to reach out to us to help me do better videos for you. I make shit up all the time, and I can't do it alone. So you guys gotta help me out. But today, we're talking about foot placement, riding the Rainbow Chaser from Infinity Surfboards. We're at a super top secret wave. I think Gino's about to get a nug, but it's firing. Oh, dude, that's what Shroud Stories is all about right there, folks. So, we're gonna go get it. I'll come back in, we'll talk about some foot placement. In the meantime, enjoy the Shroud. Alright, what's up? That was a super successful Shroud. That was a lot of fun. We had Gino, we had Tanner, there's a bunch of good waves. Sneaky little wedge around here. If you know, you know. Won't name names. But, like I said, we're going to talk to you guys about foot placement. So one thing I really want to point out is I personally like to move my feet a lot. I like to move up a little bit when I want more drive. I want to move back a little bit when I want to do more turns. So that's kind of my take on things, and I think it comes a lot from longboards. Longboards will help you learn how to utilize narrower foot placement at times and wider foot placement at others. Typically, a very wide foot placement is not super useful. It makes it very difficult to turn, and therefore very difficult to generate speed or do snaps. So typically my foot placement is a little bit narrower, especially when I'm riding a shorter board. When my boards get longer, I will widen it just a bit, but not much. So one good thing to practice is take a board, any board you got. Let's grab one that I've ridden a lot. This is the standard thruster, right? 511, it's a XTR. And the reason I picked this one is because it's a little dirty, so you can see where my front foot typically goes. And you can see my back foot's moving, all the way up to about here. So I'm moving around a lot on the back of my board. But what I wanted to do is I'll put it on the ground, right? I'll put myself a lay down kind of where I would be positioning on the board when I'm paddling for a wave. So kind of measure yourself a little bit, right? I'll probably land something like this and, act like you're paddling and then do a pop-up, right? See where your feet would land. Measure your front foot to where your front foot normally is placed on the board. And look at my back foot. I'm pretty far back on the traction pad if I were to line it up directly. So that being said, you can recreate the pop-up process very easily with your board laying right next to you. Now that's also going to help with the muscle movement, the muscle memory of, just exactly how to get your pop-up quicker, stronger, and get your feet locked in the correct spot instantly. So there is a lot of times where I'll pop up on a wave and I won't be in the exact spot that I want to be, so then I'll shuffle around a little bit, and that's why I say it's really important to move your feet a lot. But that'll be my biggest tip, is put your board on the ground, put yourself next to your board. You're obviously not going to want to lay and jump around on your board when it's on the concrete, or on carpet for that matter, but lay right next to it, right where you would be generally, and pop up and act like you're catching a wave. And I always try to line, because your front foot doesn't move quite as much, so when you do your pop-ups, try to measure where your front foot is going in comparison to the dirty wax on your board. That way you have a good idea of your stance. I always try to stand something like that, I think. It's pretty narrow, actually, and it gives you a lot more wiggle room. And then you also have the ability to move your foot back or up without hindering your surfing too much. You don't have to move both feet all the time. So that's my little tip. Like I said in the beginning of the video, go hit our website. There's a little hit us up button. You can email us about whatever. It'll go directly into my email. I'd be stoked to chat with you guys and figure out, what exactly you're working on, so that I can make some videos on that too. So thank you guys for tuning back in. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your buddy. We're trying to blow Shroud Stories up here in 2026, so we're going to keep the ball rolling for you folks, and hopefully we can get some trips in too. That'd be really fun to go, do a Shroud in another area. So thanks for tuning back in. I'll catch you guys next week.